This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento, your local nonprofit community media center serving Sacramento County. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Television Commission.
Underneath the bleachers over there, or else where these amplifiers are plugged in. You could theoretically turn that off and turn it back on. So I'm going to go to camera 2 position if anyone asks.
Okay, Stephen. So ask Richard to route the camera 4, the interview camera mic input 1, route that to 4.
Hey,
Route it to the soundboard. Yeah, he's headed there right now.
bring it back.
Yeah, camera 4, input, hardwire. So we want a hardwire 4. Mike input 1. Mike input 1 on camera 4. Route it to the 4.
Hey, move back a little bit. Move him back.
Yeah. Mike input 1 on camera 4. You need to go to the board right there straight. You may have to grab that mic.
All right. What are we doing?
White balance team for 6.
Kick off in 6 minutes. Come up there.
He said thank you.
Who's on there with you? Who are you speaking with?
Jerry.
Gary? Let him know there's less than 6 minutes in rolling for game time. They're going to have the captains out here at midfield. We can't be starting a pregame down here and have the game start behind us. So suggest that we take the pregame from up there.
That's a serious one. Because they're going to start the anthem early. Gary said hit you good now. Go on ahead.
Chairs.
A live hometown game of the week sports event. This program is funded in part by a grant from the Sacramento
Welcome to Tooker Stadium on the campus of Inderkum High School here in Natomas. It's the hometown sports game of the week with Jim Domino. I'm Will James, and we've got a doozy of a matchup for you this evening. A Capital Valley Conference League game of much importance. Set to kick off, the Tigers of Inderkum to receive the Woodcreek Timberwolves. There's the boot. We are underway. Taken outside the 10 at about the 13-yard line. Pretty good return, and they'll have good field position near the 30-yard line. And we'll set that starting lineup for you momentarily. Well, this is a huge game for both squads, but particularly for Inderkum, having dropped their league opener last week right here at home in a 14-7 loss to visiting Yuba City. Whereas this will be the league opener for visiting Woodcreek. They come in with a 3-1 mark, playing some very good football, while the host Tigers have been stumbling. They're at 2-3 and have not been scoring much.
No, they haven't. That's the key. They only scored 7 last week. They're only 1 point ahead of their opponents for the season, 89-88. That's not much of a margin of victory.
Well, there's our starters here for the Timberwolves offense, led by the rookie quarterback you spoke of, Jim.
Yes, Katapotis will be on the carpet tonight, but you know what? This is his 6th game. They're at the halfway mark, according to Coach Hunkins. He's looking better every football game.
Second and about a long 6. The run play is stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Tough interior defense by the Tigers, and it'll bring up 3rd and long here. Well, the Tigers' defense has been okay. It's the offense that has been inconsistent, and there's the down 3. They play the 34, and they're in for a tussle tonight. They're going to have to slam the door if their offense continues to sputter.
Well, with 3rd and 7 here, let's see if we have a play action here by quarterback Katapotis here. Well, we got a gift, Will.
Little over anxious there, and a surge by that D line. It's going to cost the Tigers 5 and make it a lot easier here at 3rd and 1. A beautiful evening here in Natomas. The sun just about fully set. Dusk is upon us, and the lights are illuminating beautifully here at Tooker Stadium. So they call it a 3rd and 2, but it looks more like 1.
Certainly does.
Inside handoff is got barely enough as he crosses the 40 to make it the 41-yard line, and it's a Timberwolves 1st down.
Well, actually, they make contact with him behind the line of scrimmage, Will, but a good use of yards after contact. He picked up about 1.5 yards, 2, with a good push from his lineman. So that helped. That penalty was monumental. Again, we talked about eliminating mistakes and errors on the part of Inderkum, and you can't do those kind of things when you got 3rd and long. You got people in a hole, and suddenly you give them 3rd and short.
So up to the line come the Wolves. We're just underway here with slightly less than 10 minutes to go here in the first. They pitch and go wide left, and it looks like a 5-yard run. That time Peralt with the carry. Nice chunk there on 1st down.
Well, young Peralt is one of their top football players, and he's only a junior. They had him up a while as a sophomore last year. And he's a good hard runner. You'll see him and Krupp running hard, and when one isn't playing running back, the other one's at slot back. And, of course, you're going to see the hard-nosed running of fullback Hakeem Anderson, who had a huge game against Lincoln last week.
He ran for better than 200 and really made the Zebras pay. Shift in the backfield and a lunge across the line.
Well, there you go again. They're right in front of the football. They work on that drill every day. You go on ball movement, not count.
The penalties can add up and can cost plenty throughout the course of the ball game. move the chains. First down just inside Inderkum territory at the Tiger 49.
Well, here we've got 10 yards of penalties already, and we're only about 2 minutes into play, 3 minutes into play, and they've already got 2 penalties against the Tigers as they took a timeout.
Short pause here, unusual at this stage of the ball game. We'll be right back.
Hola, soy Isabela Gómez ayudando a Smokey Bear porque él tiene mucho más que decir que solo...
Solo tú puedes prevenir incendios forestales.
Si estás afuera disfrutando de una barbacoa después de una larga caminata, asegúrate de no tirar tus brasas o cenizas calientes al suelo, porque podría provocar un incendio forestal. Toma en serio la prevención de incendios forestales y salvemos el mundo un día a la vez. Juntos con Smokey Bear podemos hacerlo. Ve a smokeybear.com para obtener más información.
Okay, so the Wolves line up with a first down working from the Inderkum 49-yard line. We're at the 9-minute mark early here in the first. They sweep left. Peralta's loose, and he runs for about 15. The Tigers were bunched inside tight and didn't have the outside covered.
Well, they're really stocking the box here with 8 people playing in that box, trying to stop the run, figuring that, hey, we want to force you to pass the football, which they don't do a lot of throwing. Catapultus has thrown 44 in 5 games prior, so he's not throwing a lot of football.
First down. Wolves are on the move with a nice drive going. Boom! A sack on a hard shot.
Well, 24. Simmons. They moved him to nose guard for this ball game. Will, he's normally a linebacker, and he's very quick. And he had a perfect timing on the snap.
Unblocked. So they call it a 3-yard loss back to the Inderkum 39-yard line. Make it 2nd and 13. Clock rolling early here in the first at the 8:20 mark. Possible passing down. No, they hand off, try to go wide, and they get stuffed for a loss. 5 Tigers were right there to crush Peralta.
Well, right now, in running this offense with these delays, they tried to run outside tackle, run parallel to the line, and Inderkum is extremely quick up front. They really are. And now we get down to third down and long. And let's assume that Catapultus is going to play action pass here. Perot are excellent receivers. Brody Crump, excellent receiver as well as runner.
3rd and 13. Motion from Peralta. They fake the toss to him. Throw on the
wide
run.
Open.
Wide open. Break one tackle and fight for yardage. He's going to be short, but a good effort. Anderson with the grab and the run.
Well, he's a load, Akeem Anderson. As you said, he had well over 200 yards last week. So we've got a 4th and looks like a half a yard. So let's see if they give the big guy the ball. Hakeem is really a hunk. He's a lot bigger than the other 2 running backs, Crump and Perot. And let's see hard counts again and tries to draw them off sides.
Good effort that time in the secondary. They came up strong and shut that down. So 4th and 1. They roll the dice. They're going for it.
Hard count. See if he can draw them off sides.
Blasted. Anderson is smacked, and it's a fumble recovery on the tackle. Wow. That was tremendous defensive effort right there.
Well,
Man
Here he is, Termel Miles. Been under heavy recruitment this year. Plays tight end. Plays that outside defensive end. And it's my understanding that he's already got a verbal commitment to Washington State, Will.
After that play, it certainly doesn't surprise me. So here are the Tigers trying to make something out of the turnover, working from their own 46. Turn and give. Speed going to the hole. Giovanni Jorlin. And here's the play we spoke of. The defense. That O-line has been excellent. The run game has been the fort of this Tigers offense this year. Stumble in the backfield, but it's still going to work anyway. Nice blocking. 3 broken tackles. Surging ahead inside the 35 to about the 32. Well, he's a good-looking back. He's not big, but he can run inside.
Yes, Giovanni Jorlin, over 500 yards this year, Will.
Well, the Woodcreek defense you see there is going to have to do better than that. First down Tigers on a burst right between the tackles. From the 34, turn and give. Let's try that again. He still made a gain to the 29. Give him about 5 on the play. He'll take that anytime. Clock rolling here at the 5-minute mark in a rapidly played first quarter thus far. 2nd and 5 upcoming for the Inderkum Tigers. Dispatched solo receiver wide to the right.
Ricky Cole, that quarterback.
The right, number 24, Dexter Simmons. Hard running.
So Simmons has a carry shy of a first down. He's about a yard short.
Dexter Simmons in there, picked up a couple. Let's see what Ricky Cole does. Again, good blocking up front with Tualia, Sharman, Hernandez, and Sloan getting off the football.
3rd and 2 from the Timberwolves 25. Actually, 3rd and looks like less than 1. Whistles are going to kill this play.
Probably a procedure. Once again, 3rd penalty against the Tigers. Here we are, about 3 minutes and a half to go in the first quarter. They've already had 3 penalties.
That's too many. Now it becomes 3rd and 6. A little different arrangement here. Let's see what they can do, but probably in 4-down territory, I imagine.
Cole lined up in the gun this time.
Big hole left side. First down and a little bit more.
I like to get off of Giovanni. Jorlin is getting off the football. Great blocking on the left side with Tualia and Sharman leading the way.
He's quick to the hole. So back in Cole at the QB position. A fresh set of downs for the Tigers at the 3:10 mark. First period slipping away. No score yet, but Tigers threatening after the fumble recovery. Motion by Simmons. They toss and go right. Good hard running to the outside. A couple of broken tackles there.
Well, Daniel Terry was in the backfield, their leading tackler, the linebacker 52, but it looked like he over pursued on that play, and they picked up a good 5 yards. Will, I mean, he was in the backfield. He's their leading tackler, has 51 tackles for the year.
No, he's excellent. He did over pursue a little bit, and the arm tackle didn't get it done. 2nd and 5 from the 16. Good power running up the gut, finally shoved back, but a gain to about the 11-yard line. Gain of 5.
I'm very impressed thus far with Giovanni Jordan. Like you said, what a get-off. He gets off the football and accelerates.
He's one of the quickest we've seen this year. And if that daylight is there, he's gone.
Yes.
However, an interesting stat, the longest run from scrimmage this year is 35 yards.
Wow.
Caught this time and shoved back.
Looks like they blitzed the linebacker. He was untouched. Yes, 52, Daniel Terry. We were just talking about him. He was in the backfield, untouched. Perfect timing on his blitz. His key down.
That costs them plenty now. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 12, and we'll see what the Tigers want to do with it. Beautiful evening here in Natomas. Quick opener and quick feet to the goal line.
Not quite there.
Just shy. Boy, I'll tell you, quick feet is an understatement.
He picked up 8-9 yards and made it look easy, didn't he?
He did. He did.
1st and goal.
Now they're calling it still a 3rd down situation here. Turn and give to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, that was an impressive ground game right there. Jorlin carried that drive on his back. It comes with less than a minute remaining here in the quarter.
Well, with both teams running the football, Will, the clock just flew by. That quarter just went by so quickly. I think we had one pass attempt and run, both ball clubs.
And it was complete on that swing to Anderson that was just shy of the 1st down. I think they fumbled on the next play.
Well, they did capitalize. One of our goals is for Inderkum was capitalize when opportunity comes along.
Well, we're sorry to see that. It was on the touchdown plunge, which was a goal line play from 1 yard out. Well, we're going to step back for a moment and hope that this is nothing serious. We'll be right back. Stay with us for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Jordan knows he shouldn't eat this entire bowl of nachos, but tonight he's earned that right. Because a few hours ago in the middle of happy hour, he recognized a sign. Not from the gods or a bolt of lightning, but from a double heart, a kissy face, and a 4th ha in ha ha ha. That's when Jordan knew he was buzzed. So when it was time to go, he got a ride home instead of driving. Be a legend like Jordan. Recognize your buzzed warning signs and get a ride home. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Well, we've got to stop in the action due to the injury timeout, but a week ago, these two teams were on the field in different locations, and as far as the Timberwolves are concerned, they did a nice job against Lincoln.
Well, they certainly did. Daniel Terry led that defense, and as you know, we're seeing him early tonight do a great job. Had 51 tackles for the year. Hakeem Anderson had a big run, had a huge 263 yards, two touchdowns, and the Wolves rolled to their 3rd win in a shutout victory.
And the Tigers did not fare well here at home against a tough Yuba City ball club. that threw some defense on them, limited them to 1 TD, and went back to Yuba City honking loudly with a 14-7 win. So now for the PAT try, an excellent kicker, Mishra. High snap, spotted clean, a blind drive bullet. No good.
Well, we got a penalty. We got a penalty of roughing the kicker. He's going to get another shot, and who knows, they may go for 2.
That was a mechanics breakdown there.
Yeah. Well, they may go for 2, putting the ball on the 1.5 yard here. They may go for 2.
That's what you would do, right, Coach?
Well, I certainly would. It's early in the football game. The way Jordan is running, I would think they were confident in getting a 1.5 yard. But they have not run in their first O, and we see kicker Mishra lining up again.
He's been very dependable, and he's an excellent punter as well. Let's see if this next snap is on target. A little high, but manageable. Soft chippy is good. So at the 26-second mark here, Inderkum breaks out to a 7-0 lead over visiting Woodcreek. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Last week, Brandon met a girl on a dating app. One day after work, he finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being too pushy? Maybe it was too...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving. I would love to go on a date. How does tonight sound?
Brandon tried to play it cool, but inside he knew. A girl so smart, so responsible. She must be a keeper.
Mishra set to kick off for the Tigers on top 7-0 after a sustained drive that resulted from the fumble recovery near midfield.
Well, the Tigers did capitalize on the break there. They stole the ball right of quarterback's hands and certainly made use of it.
Kick is short, coming down at the 12. Nice running room down the sideline to the 40-yard line. So good field position upcoming now for the T-Wolves, down 7-0 here. 15 seconds left in the quarter.
It's going to be 1st and 10. Ball spotted at the 36-yard line.
This is the first league game for the visiting Timberwolves, carrying a 3-1 mark in their non-conference games. And second league game for Inderkum, both of them here at Tooker Stadium. Left side running. You know, he's a shifty runner.
Very.
He has got quick feet, Peralt, and saw the daylight first to the inside, then bounced outside. The carry goes to about the 43-yard line, so a nice start.
As we look at this, good faking inside by quarterback, a nice pitch out, the old dive option play. He rode fullback Anderson in there, and then Catapultus pitched the ball out to Perot.
Up to the line with a 2nd and 3. Here's a toss off target, fumbled away, and a loose ball scramble.
Well, they were fortunate to get away with that because the pitch was behind him, way behind him. And he was forced to pitch early as they, once again, that Inderkum front is getting penetration in the backfield, Will. Miles Simmons and Tualila are really penetrating and forcing a quick decision out of Catapultus on the option.
Well, let's take a look at the keys to this ball game that you've lined up, Imperator. There's always some good ones, and you've isolated a couple already that have shown up so far.
Well, yes, for the Woodcreek Timberwolves, control the line of scrimmage with that run game. That's very important. That's their offense. They get good clock management, and then, of course, win the red zone battles. If they get in that red zone inside the 20, whether it be on O or D, they've got to win those battles and capitalize and get in the red zone and score. Never come away empty. And then control field position, certainly, and then be able to score on offense, of course, and stop on defense. So that's the way they operate for the Tigers. Eliminate turnovers. Now, they've committed 3 penalties thus far in this ball game, but they capitalize on a turnover fumble from the Wolves and capitalize it and went on to score a touchdown and capitalize on these opportunities. Of course, improve their passing game.
A pitch out to the right flat for Peralt. A high toss, bobbled, and they're going to call it incomplete, I believe. So it's going to bring up a 4th and 7, and it looks like this Timberwolves drive has fizzled.
Well, it doesn't seem like right now they're in sync or tempo. Inderkum defense has forced them to take away the option from the option. They're putting a lot of pressure on young quarterback Katapotis and forcing him to make quick decisions.
Low snap. Nice punt on the way. That was booted with good hang time. And fair catch taken and good field position outside the Tiger 30 for this drive upcoming here with 11:14 left here early in the second. I'm impressed with the kicking credentials of Mishra.
Well, that was a nice punt there by punter Downey. Downey with a nice punt. They got them out of a hole and put them down on about the 32-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the Tiger 33. Not this time. He's wondering where the hole was.
Yes, certainly. Dexter Simmons thus far, they've pretty much controlled him inside. Giovanni Jordan is the guy that had the yards in that first quarter. He took him right down the field.
Boy, he sure did.
Now let's see if they've changed up here a little bit with that Woodcreek defense that's played pretty steady all year long. Linebackers McDaniel and Terry are 2 of the better linebackers in the league, particularly Daniel Terry.
No gain on that play, 2nd and 10. Pressure on the quarterback. Throws on the run, and he's got a receiver underneath. A big gain for a 1st down after a pickup of about 18.
Well, excellent. Ricky Cole showed me some maturity there. He was on the run, and of course he found Jordan downfield wide open, and Jordan thus far in this football game, he knows how to get open. He's got good hands, and he gets off the football on his runs.
They had a shot at him in the backfield, as you'll see, but he juked this first guy.
Yes,
right
he
there.
did. Good composure on the part of Ricky Cole.
On 1st and 10, they run the football and smacked after about a 2-yard gain. Tough D there. What fell on me?
Yeah.
I think Simmons is wondering when he's going to get some daylight to run after seeing what Jordan had in the first quarter.
He certainly is. He tried to run over his left guard, Jeremiah Tualia, who really is a giant. I mean, he takes care of the left side himself.
2nd and 8. Simmons moves in motion, and they toss. Jordan cuts back, and he's got daylight. Look out. Foot race. And he's finally chased out. Krupp shoves him out near the 5. But that cutback was superb.
Wow, he reversed his field. He saw an opening, and then he's got that acceleration to do it. turn that corner. I didn't think they were going to catch him, Will.
I didn't either. We're going to have to credit Krupp for that run down there. He showed his own speed.
You're right, absolutely. Young sophomore up on as a freshman last year with the varsity. Third in the line of the many Krupps that have played here.
A long line. Turn and give and stacked. He still managed to lunge inside the 5 and get a couple, but the defense stayed home there. But Jorlin, he's racking up the yards. He's probably close to 100.
He certainly is, and he had 540 coming into tonight, so he's over that 600 mark.
That's a sizable amount. Okay, so second goal from the 3. Tigers trying to break out to the 1. Well, that was a good recovery on defense there.
Claxton came in there with a carry. He's played some running back this year as a linebacker. Bryson Claxton came real close.
So they're at the 1, slamming on the door, already leading 7-0. This is a decisive drive and situation here now. Oh, that was touchdown Tigers. Did he just walk in there or what?
Wow. 24, just Dexter Simmons couldn't believe that he was untouched and crossed the goal line.
He couldn't believe he was in the end zone. Where's the defense? 13-0. Tigers breaking out here early in the second. Mishra on for the PATs, 1 for 1. Booted straight and true at the 7:47. Midway second. It's all Tigers. We'll be right back.
Scene 103, take 1.
I thought we'd be on the same page about this, and we're not.
How do I know the way I'm going to respond to it?
I want you to get the vaccine because I want you to be safe.
What if you end up in the hospital? That's what I'm scared of.
If you was to die, man, that would literally kill me, man.
I hug you.
Yeah. If it made you feel that way, bro, I would probably do. I love you too.
Well, it's been the ground game that has carried the Tigers through the first 5 games, make it 6 now. And the defense is holding up, had the big turnover. So 14-0 Inderkum. The Tigers rolling here on homecoming night.
They certainly are coming in here to this game. And if you look at the records and pre-season play and opponents and all that, probably Woodcreek, despite being away, would be a slight favorite.
From the 15-yard line. Nice run back. He makes the 25 and a little bit more. And decent field position coming up as Caden Blevins runs it out. Well, this is going to be where the Timberwolves are going to make a statement if they're going to do it. Trailing 14-0. They need to make something happen on this possession.
Well, yes, it is. It's 7 minutes and 40 seconds here into the second quarter now. Actually, the offense hasn't done much here at all for Woodcreek, and Inderkum D has really got to the football and penetrated into the backfield.
Catapotis has to come up. He's going to throw, sideline route. Ooh-wee, incomplete, 2nd and 10.
Well, yeah, he used a very short drop, 3-step drop, and it looked like he was trying to hit Blevins on a comeback. Even with a 3-step drop, he had pretty good pressure on him. I'm a little surprised that they threw on 1st and 10 for a change.
It was a surprise. I was kind of looking for something. They need to open it up. That would have been the time to start doing it.
Yes.
Again, to the air. Poor pass, partially deflected.
Once again,
heavy pressure.
Heavy pressure inside.
Lorenzo Toro is incomplete. It'll bring up 3rd and 10.
Excuse me.
So 3rd and 10 after a pair of off-target passes. Right side running, quick feet, and a first down, a clutch run.
Oh,
Krupp.
yes. Yes, Krupp moving the chains with a great run, 3rd and 10.
That was a burst.
That might be only his first or second carry of the night. They've been going to Peralt. And I think that surprised them, pitching out to the near sideline, to the short side. They were overplaying and penetrating hard inside. And quick play like that, no delay, no pressure on the quarterback, just pitch it.
So Fresh set it down just outside the 40. Turn and give, a nice cutback and a slick move right there and a breakaway. Almost gone. That was outstanding, especially right there at the line of scrimmage to shake loose. Simmons with the stop to save further damage.
Well, that's certainly a nice run there by Joey Nielsen. Very impressive in there.
Another look.
Let's take a look.
This juke step was just wonderful. So they're in good shape here. They call the timeout, the Tigers do. Football parked at the Inderkum 43. An active, festive crowd here tonight on homecoming. And we saw a little fireworks earlier in the night. And excellent football weather between broiling heat for a couple of weeks and then scattered rain showers for another week. Things have settled down a little bit. Well, they had 2 squeakers in a row, including this one a year ago, and it was a late TD by the Timberwolves that put them ahead momentarily before the Tigers took the lead, looking kind of safe, and then a long bomb set up the Wolves inside the 5 with seconds remaining, and Presley saved the Tigers with an end zone interception to clinch that win. So that was the 6th consecutive win.
The last 2 have been close.
14-13, 21-17. Pitch, boom! That was a screaming tackle. Well, Harris was flying in there, came roaring up from the secondary, and Peralt won't forget that one.
No, he will not forget it. There was a great fake inside by Catapodis. They pitched out, but I can tell you, they were right there. Great open field tackle.
He went low and upended him. Loss of half a yard or so.
On top of your screen there, to the far side is open. Not much there.
No, there wasn't. Gain of a couple. Going to bring up
Colin Brainer, who comes in and gives a break to Hakeem Anderson now and then, and has had a good season. Colin has 153 yards and 1 touchdown, carrying the ball 31 times this season. So giving Hakeem Anderson a break, and now it looks like Hakeem's back in there.
Back to short drop, fire right. Heavy pressure. Catapotis decked as he releases.
51. Jeremiah Tulia applying pressure.
Well, he's about 1 for 5 right now.
Well, he's under pressure, and he just doesn't look in tempo, ready to throw. It looks like he's rushing everything. And, he's got receivers open, but the timing's off. I know he has very little time. But at that time, I thought he rushed it.
So 5:14 left on the flip side of quarter number 2. It's been all Tigers thus far. 14-7 Inderkum. And a punting situation apparently. Well, whistle stop play here. Delay of game against the Timberwolves.
Yeah, I don't think they mind it because they're going to let this punter really let it go. Downey, who does the punting, kicking, field goal. I think now he doesn't have to take anything off his kick. I think he's going for the end zone or close to it.
Or close to it, like Horace Gillum would do.
Yes. You put it inside the 5 here.
High snap, he's up to get it. Steps up, and it's a line drive. Bounding, can they get to it? Looks like it's down just outside the 5. That was very effective.
Yeah, that's what we're watching him kick a little bit. Looked like he was low trajectory end over end, let it bounce. Well, this time the Tigers are starting back around close to their 5. They're marking it down, about the 7, 8. And this is the first time they've been deep in their territory. They've gotten the ball back with very good field position thus far.
Well, they've played good football. Their defense has been tough, and they got 1 turnover and cashed it in after the fumble recovery. Good drive there, sparked by Jorlin. And so far haven't given up much. 5:06, late second. Here's a toss to run wide to the near side. Cannot get outside.
That's a great play there. There it is, Krupp.
Yep.
Once again, he plays both ways and plays hard every down.
He plays hard. Yeah, that was James Taylor, a speed merchant in his own right, but Krupp has shown that he can step with Jordan or Taylor.
Yes, he can, and he plays multiple positions. Played a little quarterback last year, running back, played defensive back as a freshman.
Loss of 2, 2nd and 12. There's a hole right up the middle. They get it out to about the 14-yard line. Shy of a first, but a nice chunk there.
Once again, it looks like Jordan. He's getting his yards.
Well, 3rd and intermediate. They need about 3 to 4 yards here to pick it up. Well, they had too many men on the field, and there's a penalty marker. He couldn't get off in time.
That's the type of thing that you just cannot have happen, whether it be delays of game, 12 men on the field. Those are the killers. Those should not happen.
Mark those words. Those are the killers. That should not happen. I think I heard Don Shula say that once or twice.
Yeah, and he knew better too.
Okay, first down on a gift. Not any daylight, but breaking out of there after away from 4 players. He has shown 2 or 3 times now that his elusiveness.
Yeah, but it'd be interesting to see the start of that play because it appeared that he was surrounded. It appeared that his motion was stopped, but there was no whistle.
Well, he was surrounded. Let's take a look. That is surrounded as you can get.
Yes.
That was a brilliant effort right there. Yeah, Jorlin is stacking up the yardage. 1st and 10 from the Tiger 30. 3:33 to go in the half. Taylor working left. Big speed to the outside. Close to a first down. Well, as always, when we see Inderkum football, we see speed merchants. Here's another look.
James Taylor turning the corner. A lot of speed.
3:26 to the half.
Kind of a comfortable yet sultry night here in the Thomas, but virtually ideal football conditions here weather-wise. A toss.
To the right, James Taylor cut back. The boys will be tackled. He was tripped up at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Well, the pursuit was there that time. Nice lateral containment.
Jason Ryan with the tackle, the big 76 there. Ship, Ryan, Harris, Gordon up front. And good pair of linebackers in McDaniel and Terry. They've been tested today, but they've also given up, prior to this drive, they've given up the ball back to the Tigers in great field position. This time the Tigers took over on about the 8. This is their longest drive.
Straight up the middle. Nice push from the line and gain of 5. Well, the old line deserves lots of credit this season. I mean, their run game has been effective all year.
Yes, it has. And that is a credit of Sloan and Tualia and Sharma.
Oh, my goodness. What was that Chula said?
Yes.
That cannot happen.
Well, there's no reason for you to have 5-6 penalties at least. With 2 minutes to go to the half, you hurt yourself. They've been fortunate. They've had some big plays by Jordan to get them out of a jam.
And they've dominated time of possession for sure. And on your keys, I think they've handled field position
very well
to their advantage. 3rd and 10, wants to throw, feeling the pressure, and cannot get away. Loss of.
Unable to get out of the trouble. Brought down for a loss.
Well, back to the 35, and a timeout taken. What happened to my protection? He had time.
Well, he certainly had time.
Credit the secondary of.
Excellent coverage. They really did. They had great coverage and good penetration, good pass rush.
Well, these two teams have played 6 prior occasions. This is number 7. And, you know, the Timberwolves paid the price of being the new guys around town, and the Tigers walloped them. They won the first 6, and 2 of them rather viciously by routes. 51-7 and 71-9.
Yes, quite routes.
But the last 2 very tight ball games decided very late. However, the Tigers still able to prevail in those contests, 14-13, and we already spoke of the 21-17 last second victory a year ago. So the Wolves trying to break through after 6 straight losses. Probably figuring tonight a good chance to do that with their excellent record coming in.
Well, 1:38 left on the clock to the first half. And, not feeling the ball, and he got about a 15-yard extra after,
Yeah.
After the ball touched the ground, he picked up 15 more.
Punt returns, when it's a decision to field that or let it roll, it's always kind of a crapshoot, and not knowing the way that one's going to bounce, it can be decisive. 1:29 left here in the half. Crowd getting revved up to whatever the homecoming scenario is going to be during the intermission. Do they still have a king and queen, Jim?
Well, I guess we'll find out. You never know who's going to be king and who's going to be queen these days.
1st and 10 up the middle for a big gain and a first down.
Well, Brainer again comes in the ball game, and I'll tell you, Colin Brainer can get off the football. He's a little smaller than Hakeem Anderson, but he's got a good burst.
He's a speed back.
Yes.
And
now the question is, they've got to be ready to roll. They can't be huddling. They should have their 2-minute offense in effect and ready to roll. And we'll find out if Austin Cataprotis can do something here in the clutch and get on the scoreboard with a minute and change on the board.
He rolls, fires on the run, and has a reception to Peralt.
And he wasn't able to get out of bounds, so they may have to use one.
There it is.
They're going to use it.
Clock management, right?
Right. You got to use it. Nothing to save for. You only get 3.5.
I wonder if Peralt was kind of getting scolded right there. He held up his palms like.
To get out of bounds quicker. You don't worry about your average per carry or catch after that. You just do what you're supposed to do, and that's stop the clock. So we'll see now. That time he had a little more time to throw the football. He did plant and throw where he's been throwing on the rush before.
So there's 1:08 left in the half. The Timberwolves hoping they can break something here and get on the board before the intermission. Head coach Reggie Harris.
Well, Reggie would like to go in. Coach Harris would like to go in with this nice 14-point lead here with 1:08 remaining. He doesn't want to give up one. I don't blame him.
Short drop, fire, and he's Blevins with the grab, and he cannot get. He tried. They have to hustle back up to the line.
Well, here's Well, he shouldn't be rewinding till the chains are planted. That's an early rewind.
It was an early rewind. Clock management the other way. Okay, he's got time on the roll. Sideline man is wide open.
Well, we got a problem, though. He's going to call a hold, I think, on Woodcreek. Not certain about it, but either holding against Woodcreek.
Tough luck. Krupp again showing off his speed, that time loose in the secondary.
Well, to me, he's got to see more touches. He's shown to me he can run with any of the Tigers.
So, tough luck for the Timberwolves. The big game wiped out by the hold. And pushes the football back to the Woodcreek 30.
Well, they're penalizing from the spot of the foul, and that's a huge penalty. They're sitting like
1st and 25 or so.
Yeah, at least.
Deep throw between two defenders.
Well, I think they got a pick.
Yep. Blevins got sandwiched on that and got hurt.
Well, it looked to me like 4 was James Taylor playing in that secondary.
Let's take a look at that. That was a pass on target, if you want to say that, between two guys, but not much of a window. Well, tremendous defense. Turnover number 2, a fumble recovery, and now a pass interception.
What will the Tigers do with 27 seconds on the clock now? Are they just going to sit on it and go out in the half 27, or are they going to try to run a big play here?
I wouldn't be surprised if they tried for something here. They're going to throw the football, the deep ball. Complete.
But they used their timeouts up, I think, prior to this.
They have to hustle.
They got. If anything, they should ground the ball. Don't worry about it. Just ground the ball right now.
Oh, that was a pinpoint strike.
Ground the ball. Unless they did have one timeout left. Okay.
Here's another look. He split the safeties on this and put it right in the pocket. All day to throw.
That's a big target out there for Inderkum, I tell you. Looked like Ricky Green.
Ricky Sticky Fingers Green on that big reception right there. Gonna be a 1st and 10.
Lots of speed on this Tiger roster.
Big time speed.
19 seconds to the half. 14-0 Tigers. Let's go.
Well, the Timberwolves can ill afford another score. Trailing 14-zip. And they got stung right there. I don't know if that secondary was playing loose and relaxed or not. But
well, they had good protection. I stood back deep in the pocket and let it go. I'm impressed with the throwing of Ricky Cole thus far tonight. Here's a running football team who had 4 picks and 2 touchdown passes coming in this ball game. And Ricky Cole has an opportunity here to convince Coach, yes, we can throw.
Let's see. He wants to throw. Fires for the corner. Broken up on a leaping breakup. Well, that was excellent timing right there.
Once again, Krupp.
He has been stellar on half a dozen plays tonight.
Without a question. I would say that thus far we got a long way to go. He certainly is a guy that we would consider for possibly as we select the player of the game later, of course, in the fourth quarter. He certainly is a candidate.
Well, he's been a standout so far, and that was a hard fall he just took. Okay, 2nd and 10 now, 13 seconds left. That was a pretty good throw right there. Double wide receivers to the left. He's going to go upstairs again, wants the left corner this time.
But you see,
pass intended for number 11.
Well, I'm
almost some face guarding there.
Well, face guarding is what I saw too, Will. I don't know if the corner knew where the football was.
He was chasing.
And quite frankly, that's a play that can hurt you with a big interference call.
Yeah, they were fortunate.
No, I definitely, they got Connor Rojas got turned around, and they feel he's one of the top corners, according to Coach Hunkins, in the league. Started last year, all-league player.
Here we go, 5 seconds left, the deep post, and that will conclude a hard-fought first half that came up roses for the host Tigers, who lead at 14-0 here at Inderkum High in Natomas on homecoming night. Stay with us. We'll be back for more of Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week.
To Sofia and Gabriel, mis flores, my little flowers. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love, so you can take me with you wherever you go, near or far. These stitches and threads join us together. Me, your mother, and both of you. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
Welcome back to Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. It's been an interesting first half here at Inderkum High School here in Natomas with Jim Domino. I'm Will James, and we saw what we thought we would see out of the host Tigers with that impressive run game, their big speed back and so forth, and their defense held up, but we did not see what we were anticipating out of the Timberwolves ball club here in the first half.
No, we haven't. Now, we know they're primarily a run team, but with the penetration of the Tiger front, Miles Simmons and Tua Leah, along with their linebacker blitzes, they're lining up with 8 in the box, and they're kind of forcing the Timberwolves to throw the football. And, yes, we've had some decent running by Crump and Anderson, and particularly from Peralt early in the first quarter. The second quarter, finally, and toward the end of the second quarter, they had to go to the air with Austin Katapotis, finally getting a little time to throw. When he did throw early, other than the first pass completion of the game, where he had a receiver wide open, he was under heavy duress, and surprisingly, this Inderkum defense has been looking very strong tonight.
Well, two pass interceptions and a fumble recovery. That's 3 in the first half, and that's something that, as you say, that the Timberwolves can ill afford. They've got an unproven quarterback, despite their early 3-1 mark coming in, and the rookie has to calm down a little bit.
Well, he has to. He showed a little bit there toward the latter part of this quarter where he did have time to throw and isolate Krupp. And, again, as we mentioned earlier, number 2, Crump, Brody Trump, to me, needs more touches. It appears to me he is very much in the ball game. He plays multiple positions. He's where the ball is at.
On both sides of the football, Jim. Outstanding in that secondary as well. Well, it's 14-0 here at halftime on homecoming night here at Inderkum High, and we'll see what evolves in the second half. We'll be right back.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you. Ever hear the one about the frog? Put a frog in a pot of boiling water and it'll jump right out. But put a frog in a pot of cool water and slowly heat it up, and that frog will boil. It's a lie. But as a metaphor for us and all that we go through as veterans,
real-world experience.
It's a story that rings true. We make excuses for how we feel. We push everything down. We tell ourselves the lie that it's easier to stay in that boiling water, to disconnect. And some days, maybe, it is. But you've never been interested in easy. Reaching out is hard. Do it anyway. You're not alone. You've got this. You are not a frog.
Find resources at va.gov/reach.
It's homecoming night here at Inderkum High School, out here in Natomas, where we're staging tonight's hometown sports game of the week. And out on the field, an impressive array of what we would consider the battle of the graduating classes, I suppose, with successive rows indicating the year of graduation for those different classes. And I don't know who's in charge of putting all that together, but I'd rather be out in front clapping than hold one of those boards. However,
well,
it looks great from here.
Certainly is. There's the freshman class, the class of 2026 performing, and all the freshmen in the stands, of course. You got to back their freshman class.
It's all about loyalty, right?
It certainly is. And, of course, the upperclassmen always give the lowerclassmen a hard time and say, hey, you really are rookies and you just came in this place. You really don't know much.
I like what they're doing here. Each song corresponds to one of the panels that rotate. And that one from years ago by Chic. But let's turn our attention now to what our viewing audience has been awaiting all evening, and that, of course, is your weekly rankings. Domino's does it.
Well, here we go. We had a break there for a few weeks, and now we're going to get right back on it. Let's start with Folsom, and right now they're still number one in my book. Certainly, they lost to a great football team down there in the Bay Area, but Sarah. But now, tonight, they're down in Concord playing De La Salle. And as we know, they finally beat them last year in the regionals in the NorCals. So they got the monkey off their back, and we'll find out if De La Salle wants a little revenge in front of their hometown crowd in Concord.
Let's see if they want to put the monkey right back on their back.
Yes. Granite Bay, number 2, Joe Catolico's ball club. I had the pleasure of seeing them in their victory over Vista back 3-4 weeks, and very impressive, particularly a running ball game. Del Oro playing a heavy schedule, doing extremely well. Jesuit, number 4, having a big win over Sheldon. Rockland 5, Oak Ridge 6. Now, when you look at the top 6 in front of you, what do you see? You see 5 teams from the SFL. That shows you how strong that conference is. Number 7, Monterey Trail with a monster schedule. They lost a couple of early games, but now they're on the road back, and certainly TJ's ball club is to be reckoned with. Placer High, Joey Montoya is off to another year, unbeaten, year after year with the wing T. Whitney, an SFL entry at 9. Sheldon absorbing a loss to Jesuit last week over at Jesuit. And Elk Grove certainly coming on. They'll be definitely a threat in that Delta. And I see Delta threat with Elk Grove, Sheldon, and Jesuit probably settling it out. Vista del Lago is a very strong 12. Believe me, a very strong, very impressive passing game they have. In the red zone, Casa Roble coming in there, Woodcreek, Christian Brothers, West Park, the new school on the block with only a junior class. I believe they don't have seniors. A beautiful campus. Yuba City, tough schedule. Last week with a tough win over the Tigers. And when you can hold the Tigers after you look at them tonight to 7, Antelope, certainly year in, year out. Colfax with the new coaching staff up there completing the red zone. On the bubble is Inderkum. You're looking at them tonight. And I'm sure you people out there are saying, gosh, you got Inderkum rated 21 and very impressive in the first half. But tonight, thus far, this might be the best performance of the year with a half to go. So, and then Pioneer having off to a good year. Dixon, year in, year out. Roseville, number 24. And then Lincoln having a very, very tough schedule. Despite being shut out last week by Woodcreek, Lincoln's schedule, preseason non-league schedule, extremely strong. So there you have it.
I believe that's a former El Camino player there guiding Roseville at this point, Adam Reinking.
Adam Reinking's there. He's got the reins there at Roseville and doing a good job there.
Well, doing a good job tonight in the first half have been the host Inderkum Tigers, trying to even their overall record and their league record, coming in at 2-3 and 0-1. Meantime, Coach Hunkins and his staff, I'm sure, are filling the air full of adjectives here at the halftime discussion.
Well, I think that, again, I'm sure that Coach Hunkins and his staff is going to make adjustments. And two things. The 3 turnovers were monumental. And certainly this time one of my prerequisites in my goal for this ball game was, yes, can they take capitalization of the opportunities? And Inderkum showed they were.
Well, we'll see if that trend continues. Lots of football dead ahead, so stay with us for more of Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
To Sofia and Gabriel, mis flores, my little flowers. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love, so you can take me with you wherever you go, near or far. These stitches and threads join us together. Me, your mother, and both of you. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
Well, we have bombs bursting in air here at Inderkum High School in Natomas on homecoming night. Very festive and so forth. And festive certainly for one of our two coaches tonight, and that would be the host coach, Reggie Harris of the Inderkum Tigers. His ball club out in front, 14-0. Half of our coaching counterpart. And just with brief coaching stints here in the local area tonight, is his time. He's coming up.
Well, certainly Coach Harris in his second season here is 7-8. He's played a tough non-league schedule. He is used to winning, of course. Prior to coming in here, he spent a considerable amount of time as assistant to Albert Genie at Grant High School. Then he left for the state of Florida and was coaching at a powerhouse there in Florida, and left there and had one brief season at Antelope prior to coming here. So this job opened up when Casey Taylor was able to move on to his alma mater in Elk Ridge, which opened the doors here for Coach Harris to apply and get the job here. And he feels far more comfortable now in his second year, where he's had a full year to get acquainted with the student body. And so certainly you see improvement tonight.
No doubt about that. And the same thing is in order for Brad Hunkins. After some losing seasons in 8 years, half of them as a co-head coach, he broke through last year with a 7-4 mark and entered tonight's play with a nice record, but having a tough time against the Tigers.
Well, he is having a tough time again. I think this is probably the fastest team he's faced thus far in his season. And again, there's no substitute for speed. Speed is showing here. Overall team speed, not just one or two guys. They can run. And they're much quicker on defense than I think he expected. But look for Coach Hunkins, a young, very smart coach, good coach, and to make some adjustments here in the second half.
Well, they are in a tough conference right now with some sleeper-type teams that you really wouldn't want to play here in the Capital Valley Conference, and that includes Yuba City, and here's Bella Vista out to a terrific start, one of the best starts in recent years.
Well, certainly it is for them, and I'm glad for the Broncos to get a few wins under their belt. But they're going to get into the meat of their schedule here. And when you have to meet Antelope and Inderkum and Roseville, Woodcreek in a row, along with Yuba City, to me this conference is wide open. And I look for it to be at least a 3 or 4 team race. The winner of this ball game is really big. Certainly Yuba City is right in there. Antelope has played some monster schedule, and Roseville is certainly a contender as well. Certainly this league is wide open. They're all going to lock horns and meet one another, and you're going to see the winner come out. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes 2 losses and still wins.
Well, that is a gauntlet that they have to run in the CVC. Those teams can knock each other off all season long, and we might see the winner emerge in a tie for the top spot.
Very, very likely would happen. They got to play 6 league games. It's a 7-team conference, so anything could happen.
Well, scoring has been difficult, to say the least, for the Tigers this year. They're up 14-0 in this game, but the differential favored Woodcreek tremendously coming into the ball game, and as you mentioned earlier in the night, the 89-88 totals for the Tigers does not bode well for their chances unless they can break out of that scoring slump.
Well, along with the stats that you're looking at on the screen, you also got to consider the who they played, etc. Inderkum 5 games, only a +1. Woodcreek beating their opponents by 26-2 points against, so +61 in the favor of Woodcreek. But that's why we play the football game and get it settled on a field. And when you look at also the quality of opposition, or what we call the non-league schedule, etc., both of them are fairly close on that. I would say as you look ahead and look, having to go ahead and play Del Oro and Grant, those were 2 monsters early in their schedule, and they had a good wake-up call.
They did, indeed. And right now, Coach Hunkins' ball club, I'm sure, got a wake-up call in the locker room just now as we're just about ready for the second half kickoff with the Tigers on top 14-0 and almost pushed that a little further here in the final seconds of the first half.
Well, they certainly have, and I think that Woodcreek's going to have to mix up their game and obviously not have any turnovers. I mean, they've had 3 turnovers in the first game, and I don't have their turnover stats prior to this. I think that's a very, very important stat. And so we'll see here if they're mistake-free in the second half, no turnovers, if they can make this game closer.
Well, the start of this third quarter is crucial, and Woodcreek is going to have to slam the door. They're kicking off to the Tigers to open the third quarter here, and it would be a real jolt if they are driven on and scored upon here to go up further than 14-zip.
Now, defending this first drive is huge for the Timberwolves. You're absolutely right, Will.
Just a beautiful night here in Natomas on homecoming night here for Inderkum High School. Well attended, nice and festive, and had a little fireworks demonstration, but the big show is on the field right now. They just have a solo deep receiver with Twins 15 yards ahead of him. That's a strong kickoff right there. Ranging for it, dropping it at the goal line, call it a touchback.
Yeah, he's certainly forcing a very nice Ethan Downey, very capable of putting that ball in the end zone and at least let them have an 80-yard field to drive.
And Downey is an excellent field goal kicker as well. So the touchback places the Tigers in perhaps their worst field position to start a series here, beginning from the 20. As we open third quarter action. Nice to have you with us here on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week with Jim Domino. I'm Will James, so settle back and enjoy the game. Up the middle. Boy, that was a hard shot. He bounced right off him.
Well,
that is impressive.
Yes, very impressive again by Jordan. They've got to wrap up. There's a little, in that open field, there's kind of a little reaching and grabbing going on. And, of course, Jordan says, I'll have none of that. You're going to have to put me down and stop tossing me around because I'm going to keep running.
Well, he's demonstrated that on 4 or 5 occasions, and the majority of those were very miraculous. Keegan McDaniel in on the tackle. Nice sportsmanship there to help him up. So call it a 6-yard run. Make it 2nd and 4 here as we're just underway in the third quarter. Look out. Ooh-wee, almost got loose. That was very close to.
Well, again, they've had they get a break every now and come in with number 4, James Taylor, and Taylor certainly can motor. As you see him coming in the backfield, James Taylor, number 4, runs very hard. He comes in for Simmons or Jordan. Give him a break. Number 4, James Taylor.
1st and 10 on that run. Taylor trying to get outside and does.
Well, there's the speed again, because he was corralled there, had a chance. Number 4, Gordon came up, and he ran right around him.
Well, he gets 5 on the play. That was outstanding. You'll see the foot speed here.
There's a fly series, gives him the handoff, and gets right around number 4. As I mentioned, you're going to certainly have to keep outside leverage with him. Andrew Gordon, he ran right around.
2nd and 5 from the 39. They go right this time, and they cut back close to a first down, about a yard or so shy.
And once again, their leading tackler of the year, Daniel Terry, with the tackle.
Now, they are gaining on every play and mixing it up here as they come the other way this time. There's the hole.
Well, again, Terry, once again, is making a lot of tackles here tonight.
3rd and 1, no huddle. And a penalty flag flies. Yep, -5 on the Tigers.
Well, they go from 3rd and 1 to 3rd and 6 now.
They had that flurry of penalties back in the first quarter. 4 of them, I believe. And then played a pretty clean second quarter.
Yes. when they run that fly series and go motion, they just they got to set for a count and not have any movement prior to the snap.
Are we going to see Ricky Cole go upstairs again?
Well, 3rd and 5. We're going to find out. Here he is.
Yep. What an effort right there. He's right near the chain.
Yes, he is. And he was stopped 3 or 4 yards back.
I think Cole is enjoying himself on these pass plays.
Yeah, well, Dexter Simmons is coming out limping off there, the pass receiver. Close. McDaniels, of course, having a good night. 2 outstanding linebackers in McDaniels and Terry. Will Inderkum go for, 3rd and 5.
Well, I think it's 1st down.
Oh, they did move him.
They did move him, and here they go, right back to bread and butter. This time Jordan limited to a short gain here. Give him a couple on that as the clock rolls here at the 8:55, nearing midway 3rd. Tigers on top, 14-zip. Let's take another look. One of the few times they really, as you say, corralled him before he could get started. Some hard blocking going on in there.
Yes, there is. But once again, they better wrap up and put him down and not just toss him around, because he certainly has broken enough tackles, Jordan, tonight. Giovanni Jordan having a big night.
Gain of 2, 2nd and 8. Oh, boy, big rush, big rush!
And we have a penalty on top of it. And
a sack and a holding penalty.
Yeah.
I don't think Ricky was ready
for
that pressure.
No, it appeared to me like penetration inside and a hold.
Well, this is where the Timberwolves needed to make a stand. So they'll take the sack. It brings up a 4th and plenty.
Well, again, let's see how good of a punter. We saw Mishra really boots the ball on the kickoff and PATs. He's got plenty of toe. Look at this.
I don't quite understand that, but far be it from me.
No, I think what they feel apparently they have a lot of confidence in their defense, because that called for a pass or a screen or that something of that nature, but they're just going to run the ball and use the clock and hopefully play solid defense,
So they got Mishra out there to punt here on 4th and 16. And this is where Blevins could really help the Timberwolves with the run back. He's a solo safety stationed at the Woodcreek 30. High snap over his head. He tracks it down and gets the punt off. Had there been any kind of a rush.
Once again, they don't feel the ball.
Well, they cost him 10 yards.
At least.
Well, Mishra earned his keep on that. This was so far over his head, it was difficult to believe, but there was no pass rush, no punt rush.
Well, except for a couple of people turned around and there was no pressure. They turned around and started to block and set up a wall for some of them didn't even know there was a bad snap.
On 1st down, good running room, run to daylight, and the speed merchant off the bench again.
Colin Brainer.
He's had 3 good carries tonight. 14 yards. I guess you could call that a no-brainer, giving him the ball. We'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Our son Arjun was born with cystic fibrosis, a rare disease that shortens lives. But there's something you can do to help. Join us as we walk in great strides the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation's National Walk. Every year, thousands of people lace up to raise money and awareness for CF. The CF Foundation has made amazing progress, but we're not done yet. The biggest reason I strive? Because I want Arjun to live a full and happy life. Visit CFF.org and sign up for our Great Strides Walk today. Lace up, walk, cure cystic fibrosis.
.652 left. We're midway third. And the punt roll cost the Timberwolves some valuable yardage, but they open with a 1st and 10 here from their own 29. Nothing doing off the left tackle. Give him 1 on the carry. Brainer. 2nd and 9. Well, he's not going to build up any passing confidence unless he starts doing some passing.
Well, the D-line, Simmons, Miles, and Tualila has been very, very effective along the linebacker, Jacob Green, outside backer, Hardy. But they've put pressure. Now they're backed off to a 4-man front, 5-man front with underneath coverage.
Brainer again. So he's getting some nice work here in the third quarter.
Number 13, Dante Hardy.
Hardy with the stop.
Picks up the first down for the Timberwolves.
First down.
This will be 1st and 10.
Yeah, he's a burst, and he's good for yards after contact. Coach Hunkins talked about him. He doesn't start him, but very tough, very effective. Yards after contact, north-south runner.
5:26 to go, middle of the third. An important drive here for Woodcreek, and that run play smothered after a 2-yard gain.
They're totally, they get that dive back on their option, and it looks like they're letting quarterback Catapodis carry out his fakes, and it doesn't look like there's anyone on him on that option. It's like almost they're defying him to run. They're jumping on the Anderson or Krupp or Brainer right away.
Well, you mentioned something very important right there, the name Krupp, who's in the slot to the right. Well, Catapodis held on to the football that time.
Too long.
And cost him a 2-yard loss.
That's a yard short, yard minus, and the wrong decision on the previous one.
I really don't think running is his forte.
No.
As we see here, that was shut down, and he just had to settle for taking a loss. 3rd and 10, 4:05, late third, clock rolling. There he is. Krupp has the toss. Got as much as he could on that.
Well, again, in that whole series thus far in the second, this is his first touch. And there wasn't much room there, but he still gets as much you can get on that play on his own.
Yeah, it's too bad he didn't go to the wide side of the field where there was running room, because he's a threat.
Well, they may go long count. No, he's going right to the punt.
4th and 6, 3:13 left, clock rolling here in the third. Inderkum still holding a 14-0 lead. There's the punt. Nice high hang time punt. They let that one roll, and it's going to cost them. I really don't understand the fake catch and then stepping away.
I mean, if you're going to fair catch it, catch it. I mean, that cost them 15.
And the field position where they're at is, well, if Woodcreek wants to get back in the game, they're going to have their defense do something for them right now.
Well, this is very important because they've got to play good, solid defense and force the Tigers to punt the football and get the ball back, hopefully at midfield, if somebody will field the punt here tonight.
Oh, yes, fielding a punt. So they line up. 1st and 10 Tigers. They smack it up the middle and break out to about the 15-yard line.
Once again, it's Giovanni Jorlin getting him out of the hole, picking up almost 6 yards on the 1st and 10.
Well, he has been a star this evening and has thrilled the fans in attendance and I'm sure watching on television with his brilliant running. 2nd and 5, 2:20 to go, late third. Gang tackled, crossing the 15. He's going to be short. He's going to bring up.
Let's see what kind of a mark he gets there. They gave him a pretty good mark. He's only got a yard to go. That's a good spot. As you see, once again.
Boy, they sure did give him a good spot, didn't they?
Yes, I thought so.
All right. Come down to cases. They're calling it 3rd and 2, a short 2. That's going to be close. I think he's right there, but we'll see how they spot. And they might have to measure on this.
Well, I think he's short about a half a yard. Wow, you're maybe less than that, foot. Now, Inderkum wants a measurement.
You bet. When it's close, you measure, right?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, it also gives you a time to have a couple of plays ready relevant to down and distance. I love this when if in fact you do get the first down, where you don't huddle and you run a play as soon as the officials get out of the way.
Yeah, kind of sneaky there, Coach.
Get out the road and bam, it's a no huddle. The defense is usually not ready.
And it would seem as if they got enough for the first down Tigers.
There it is there. 1st and 10 after the measurement. Oh, my. Well, things are continuing to roll for the Tigers. 1:16 left here in the third, and they have the first down on the measurement. He's loose. Boy, that cutback was nice.
Well, that's some good hard running in there with Simmons, Dexter Simmons.
Yeah, he limped off the field earlier, but that was a strong
That's a
carry
great
right
cut.
there.
That's a great cut. He kind of left, looked like Ryan was right there, and he planted a foot and made a great left cut. Excellent work by running back Dexter Simmons.
Nice gain there. 2nd and 3 after a 7-yard run. I formation looking there. Oh, play fake. He wants to go upstairs and has a man open, but off target.
I like the call on the 2nd and short. I like the call. 2nd and 2, maybe 3. I like that call.
Green feels he got held slightly going to the middle of the field there. Let's take a look and see if he was.
We have 3rd and 3.
Well, that ball was way out front and hardly catchable.
No gain there on 3rd and 3.
Okay. Well, the Tigers hard count here. I know they don't want to punt the ball. They would try to keep the ball and keep time of possession. Wow. They're using a timeout here. Oh, quarter.
We'll be right back for more of Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Long ago, in a household far away, a sink lived in harmony. All of a sudden, the fog attacked. Fats, oils, and greases, such as meat and sauces, can cause massive clogs in the sewer system. The sink was defenseless, until a fearless hero saved the day through proper disposal. By canning oils, scraping greases, and trashing food scraps, the household was saved. And through proper disposal, you too can save your sink. For more information, go to sacsewer.com.
Well, we've played 3 here at Inderkum High School in Natomas in this CVC matchup of some importance. And after 3, the host Tigers on homecoming night are in charge 14-0, but there's been no scoring at all for Woodcreek and no scoring for either team in the 3rd quarter. Fourth and 1. And they do punt. Mishra. Peralt lets it roll. And they have good field position, but it could have been better.
Yes. Once again, we're in the 4th quarter, and Woodcreek held scoreless here tonight. Scoreless 3rd quarter. Teams moving up and down and not going in on the red zone.
I hope that's just a leg cramp. It looks like it. One of the Tigers down on that punt play. Well, Bradley Hunkins needs to pull an ace out of his sleeve here to start the 4th quarter.
Well, I think so, too. I think that, he's got a kind of not a big performance out of his quarterback thus far, but this is a chance for Austin Catapotis to redeem himself a little bit with plenty of time on the clock, 11:46. Get the ball to one of these people. That's it. That would be, with Miles down there, hopefully, like you're saying, it's something minor. One of the top players, Tremel Miles, kind of verbalizing, has an offer from Washington State and hasn't made a final decision, but one of the top recruits in this area.
He had that tremendous fumble recovery in the 1st quarter to really start the ball rolling for the Tigers.
Yes, he did.
He's coming off under his own power, but that cramp right there is going to hurt for a while. Well, in 1 week's time, I'm saying look out, because dead ahead, it appears to be a Sierra Foothill League brawl in the making as the Folsom Bulldogs go up the hill further to, what's the name of that community, Jim?
El Dorado Hills
to face the Trojans. That's one you don't want to miss. Big run, big speed. There he is again. Brainer. Well,
we haven't seen much of that tonight.
No.
Yes, next week is a biggie. And what a burst by Brainer. Have a look at this. hits the hole, bounces it outside, and shows some speed, uses his blockers.
Okay, they go left again and bite off another chunk on their first down. 11.5 to go, early fourth.
Well, they appear to be going short side and running right at Spencer, their left tackle, and Herbert, who are 2-year starters. Alex Gonzalez, the center, outstanding player. I'm surprised a little bit they went right that time. Looks like they've been having real good luck running to the short side over Herbert and Spencer. And now a big third down play. They barely got the line of scrimmage there, and they got about a 5 yards, Will.
Yes, moment of decision on this call. Do they elect to go upstairs with rookie QB Catapotis or run the football?
He can put the running back in the flat, and it's wide open if he gets the ball to Krupp.
Peralt gets the toss. They go left, and he's chopped shy of a first.
Well, they got to go for it. I mean, they cannot give up the football back to the Tigers at this point in time. They're short about a half a yard.
Brainer in, Anderson out. Another look. Got tripped up there. Here we are, 4th and 1.
I didn't think they got a good measure there. Yeah, they're going to move the chains, but I don't think they're going to. And they shouldn't even be huddling here now. They've got to be ready to go. And
injured player on the field here as the clock stops at the 10-minute mark. It's one of the Timberwolves being helped to his feet.
It's Krupp.
Yes, it is. I didn't see how that happened. Brody Krupp, just a sophomore. Tough luck right there.
Well, if that was a medical time, they've got to get it back on the field here.
Well, they start the clock. 1st and 10.
You know, again, you're down 14, and you're going to have to score 2 touchdowns this quarter here. You can't be slow playing this. You've got to start getting something going here, and the inside running game is not going to get it done for you.
No, it's not, and time to pass the football. 2nd and 10 from the 34. Extra wide receivers are out, but they run inside and get 1 or 2. Well, the clock continues to shave time. Less than 9 minutes now.
Well, let's see what the defense that the Tigers use here. They look like they're dropping 7. They look like they're into a 4-man front, 4-man rush. Bunched up like that, they can play zero coverage if they want.
He throws the football to the sideline. What a grab.
They finally went to Blevin. No, they went to 23 downfield he had a weight on the ball.
He did
the
have
ball
to
was
wait.
underthrown. Tanner Smith. The ball was underthrown.
Well, here they are, closest they've been. Another look at the underthrown pass. Good concentration by Tanner.
Yeah, he puts the ball out front. They could have a touchdown on that play.
From the 4 on first down, a badly needed score off the left tackle.
He pulled out early.
He did.
He pulled out early.
Timing is everything. Okay, they look to the bench. Coach Hunkins calling for something. 7.5 now. Time a definite factor. No deal. They go to Peralt, who runs into a wall. 7:10 to go. Interesting calls here in the red zone, Coach.
Yes, very interesting. You're down to two downs inside the 5.
Just a moment ago, there was 11 minutes remaining. Now 6:45, midway fourth. They try to smack it, and they're short. Well, I haven't even heard Anderson's name tonight, to be honest with you.
I haven't heard Anderson. Where's Brainer?
Excellent question. But a fellow who's ran for 216 last week.
Oh, Hakeem? Yeah.
4th and 2, moment of decision. Peralt cuts it. Touchdown, Timberwolves on 4th and 2.
Peralt, great effort. It didn't look like initially it was going to be there, Will, when he pitched.
Dylan Peralt from the 2. And the lead has been chopped. Looks like they're going for the 2. A shift. And they'll settle for the 1 if they can connect.
They're short a man on the. Oh, they got double wing right. That's weird.
Downey got it. Let's take another look at the Peralt TD run from 2 yards out. Tough running here, heavy traffic, but he gets in. It's 14-7 now. The Tigers lead chopped in half with 6:02 to go, mid-4th. We'll be right back.
Steve, finally finished cleaning the bathroom.
Stop! Don't put that paper towel in there.
Why not?
Products such as wipes, rags, and yes, paper towels can cause serious problems for sewer systems.
What's the difference? Toilet paper always gets flushed.
Unlike toilet paper, other products don't break down as easily, meaning sewer systems can get clogged.
Oh.
Do the sewer systems a favor. Trash the wipes, not the pipes. Learn more at sacsewers.com.
As they say, we got a new ball game here as the Timberwolves at Woodcreek High take 3.5 quarters to get on the scoreboard, but they do. And the kickoff taken at the 4. Chopped. An excellent downfield tackle low. And that run back was stuffed.
It appeared to be Terry, but I'm not sure. That was a great open field tackle.
It was. So here we go. Can the Tigers generate offense when they need it most? Can the Timberwolves slam the door and get the ball back? Less than 6 minutes remaining. 14-7, Inderkum on top. Well, this Timberwolves defense looks like it has a new purpose.
Well, we thought we'd, after half, they'd make some adjustments in there, and they've controlled that run game of the Tigers, and held, again, if anything, their defense was credible the second half. They made that adjustment, and they're playing well up front. This is a key series. They got to hold the Tigers and force them to punt and wrap up.
Tough gang tackling right there, up and down the field. Well, it's going to bring up a key third. They need 6.
Well, certainly, will he go to the air? No room out there. Missed tackle. 85 had a chance to put him down for a loss on Woodcreek.
Clock rolling, 4.5 to go. Fourth quarter, 14-7. Inderkum on top, needing a first down bad. Heavy pass pressure, but he shovels it and completes it. And this is trouble now for the Timberwolves. Jorlin is loose, crosses the 45, nearly makes midfield.
Once again, it's Jorlin, our man. But let's give credit to Ricky Cole. Ricky Cole was trapped and made something out of nothing by shuffling the ball off to Giovanni Jorlin. And certainly that was the right guy to get the ball to.
Let's take another look.
Watch him trap Ricky Cole. Great flip off. Good football sense. Nice decision by Ricky Cole getting the ball off.
Running room to the near side. Jorlin knocked down. Good lateral containment there.
Tanner Smith with a good open field tackle. Now they put in some fresh legs in the Inderkum lineup.
Well, looks like a timeout upcoming. And we'll be right back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
Have you ever seen a cockroach around your house? Cockroaches are now invading houses for shelter from the heat. Ways to combat roaches are to eliminate potential food, water, and shelter sources. Seal cracks and crevices around your home. Remove trash daily and keep lids closed on outdoor cans. Call a pest control company if cockroaches are in or around your house. Call your local stormwater utility if they are around storm drains. And call Sac Sewer if you see them around sewer manholes. Learn more at sacsewer.com.
Fourth quarter. There it is. Thank you very much. Less than 4 minutes remaining here in the fourth. And the Tigers now clinging to a 14-7 lead. No more cushion, really. And the Timberwolves facing their toughest task defensively, needing a stop real bad.
Yeah, they need a stop. They got to save their timeouts, and they'll find out if they do get the ball back that young quarterback Austin Katapotis is going to have to grow up in a hurry. And he'll have, again, he's going to have to show things because we know they can run the football with Hakeem and Krupp and Perot. Can they pass protect for quarterback Katapotis? And they do have some wideouts there. Both the Blevins twins are very good wideouts.
We haven't really seen the max protect that you like so much when you want to make sure the quarterback has plenty of time.
Exactly. I haven't seen it. No, I've not seen it because it gives you an opportunity to concentrate on one guy and get the ball out to him. Early in this game, he was constantly under pressure. And then when that happens early, you have a tendency now to force the ball or get rid of the ball early, even when you're not under pressure. So let's see what happens if they get the ball back. This is the key on the D.
Second and 9, Taylor on the sweep, cuts it fast and gets a few. It's going to bring up third and about 5.
Well, this is, again, a big down. The other thing that they're at midfield, and if they have to get the ball underway, you have another Tiger down, and it looks like the effect of a warm day and
they're doing some hitting out there.
Yeah, there's been some hitting out there, and also the cramping is starting to show up.
Yeah, that was a non-cramp type of discomfort. 3rd and 5 with 3:14 to go. Inderkum up 7 on homecoming night, and this crowd has become a little more tense now.
Well, again, Inderkum has to keep the clock moving and not having these medical timeouts to stop the clock and help out Woodcreek.
You can go back to a lot of plays throughout this game that could have tilted it one way or the other.
Well, the early the turnovers in the first half were monumental against Woodcreek.
Turn and give. He's short.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Harris now goes to the long count and then calls timeout and punts the ball, or doesn't worry about the penalty and still punts the ball because he knows Mishra can punt and put them deep in their territory. I would say that don't stop the clock. And
there's the 3rd down carry. Nice defensive support there, and a timeout taken here by the Timberwolves at the 2:40 mark, and we'll be right back after we take a timeout. Stay with us.
Hello, I'm a sewer pipe, and there's a problem. We can see someone flush wipes down the drain, but that's going to cause a real problem. Paper products, even ones labeled as flushable, don't break down easily or at all. Pipes can clog and overflow, which results in a need for more monitoring, maintenance, and repairs. This requires higher operational costs paid by your sewer rates. With this in mind, remember to do the sewers a favor and trash the wipes, not the pipes. Learn more at sacksewer.com.
The moment of decision, the big play. What would you do? Here's what Reggie Harris does at 4th and 2 with 2:40 to go, trying to hold on to the football. Turn, give, stacked, but he got second effort, breaking loose, and he is going to go to the 10 and inside the 10. Well, that was tremendous effort right there.
Dexter Simmons having a good game. They moved him to nose guard and playing running back and nose guard tonight.
Well, that was special. He's been injured a couple times tonight, and he took a hard shot there. But look at that. They had him stacked up, knocked over that guy, made a cut, another cut, and hit from behind, and
he looks like he's running slow-mo after a couple of stops there.
Yeah, I think he fell on the football, which can injure. Well, on 4th and 2, Dexter Simmons made the Tigers coaching staff look brilliant.
Well, certainly that was a huge run.
Huge.
That could have been, even though they won it, that could be the play of the game.
I think so. That was second and third effort, and we've seen that from their backs tonight. they're not just running through big holes.
No, I'm impressed with Jorlin and Simmons. And then, of course, they come in with number 4 with fresh legs. James Taylor runs hard. Yes. They're gaining that. They're going for the extra yards. I'm seeing quite a bit of difference in the effort of this ball club of 21 versus now.
Ricky Cole's had himself a very good ball game tonight.
Yes. Poised. Yes. He runs this offense well.
Well, injured Timberwolf coming off the field. We're happy to see that. But here's now Simmons again on that brilliant run.
Let's look at it again.
What fell on me? That was a futile effort to try to take him on high.
Oh, yeah.
With no momentum. That was awful. I felt that one from up here.
You don't
and you
take
laughed.
him on, no.
That was kind of like Marion Motley.
Yeah. Yep.
You know I'm going to throw those at you, Coach.
Yeah, I love that for the old Cleveland Brown fullback.
They run left, trying for the deuce.
Yeah. Notice tonight they've got considerable yards going over Sharma and Tualia, along with a great job by center Christian Hernandez.
Well, their O-line came through tonight. Let's take another look.
There's Sharma. And again, Tualia. They've gained a lot of yardage going left.
Less than 2 minutes now. Tigers in complete control on top 14-7, but they need to protect the football. Turn and give. Touchdown, Tigers. Well, he's had a beautiful evening.
Giovanni Jordan, definitely. Big night.
Well, do you think he's excited?
I think so.
Has he got any energy? He's a good back, but he doesn't have any enthusiasm. 20-7. Here's the upcoming PAT. Mishra got it at 1:41. They're on the board again. Another look at the Jorlin TD and a one-man celebration. Dancing in, nearly untouched. We will come back for more of the Hometown Sports Game of the Week.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back.
Dad!
You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
(21-7). Inderkum in complete command here tonight on homecoming, leading the Woodcreek Timberwolves in a key CVC matchup. 21-7. 1:41 remaining. A short pooch. Well, I'll tell you, Anderson, he looked in slow motion on that play.
After gaining over 200 yards last week.
I wonder if he was at full capacity coming into this game. They did not call his number much tonight.
Not at all.
Maybe that 200 plus.
No, it was mostly, Peralt.
So here we go, minute 36. Hit while he throws, underthrown, and picked off. Turnover number 4.
James Taylor. Was that James Taylor, the corner again?
I believe he's got a flock of interceptions.
No, number 8. No, that's Harris, Coach
Another
Harris.
look.
No, that's Christian Harris.
He was hit when he threw. Had nothing on that ball. That was a terrific interception right there.
That's Christian Harris, number 8.
4 turnovers, 3 of them by interception. So in the quarterback comparison tonight, there was no comparison.
Not at all. Ricky Cole stood out, had a great performance. They mixed up the run and the pass, and certainly now they're just going to take the knee and use the clock.
A couple of those should do it.
Yeah.
They do a great job. That sportsmanship at its finest.
Well, a terrific effort on all accounts for the host Inderkum Tigers on offense. Terrific run game on defense. They took 4 takeaways. Special teams, Mishra was 3 out of 3 and had some nice punts. What more can you ask for, especially on homecoming?
No, they in all phases of the game, and particularly in defense, you know, coming into this game where they've had numerous interceptions this season, and it shows why. Their secondary is really it. They're forcing them to throw the ball. And again, when you're not throwing the ball with confidence and you're throwing into coverage, they're dropping everybody in the coverage.
Well, the final 15 seconds are going to roll off, preceded by high-fiving and celebrations in a impressive victory here at home tonight for Reggie Harris's Inderkum Tigers. And that is game ball. A 21-7 victory. That evens the Tigers' overall record and their league record, now 3-3 and 1-1.
And the fireworks are off and running.
What better time to illuminate and celebrate a big win? They had a terrific crowd here. Sportsmanship on the handshake line. A disappointed Timberwolves ball club. But there will be another day for Brad Hunkin's outfit as they fall now to 3-2 and 0-1 here in the CBC. Well, that's a nice honor line here by the cheerleaders. As it should be. Well, this ball club and program has long been known for dynamite running backs, and we have seen now the most recent version of that. And shortly we're going to reveal our selections for players of the game and hold you in some measure of anticipation. But we'll let you know as we return to more of Access Sacramento's hometown sports game of the week.
If I could be you, and you could be me for just 1 hour. If we could find a way to get inside each other's minds. If you could see you through my eyes instead of your ego, I believe you'd be surprised to see that you've been blind. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Yeah, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes. Walk a mile in my shoes. Well, before you abuse, criticize and accuse. Walk a mile in my shoes.
To Sofia and Gabriel, mis flores, my little flowers. Even though these old knees can't follow on your adventure to the forest today, these flowers represent my love, so you can take me with you wherever you go, near or far. These stitches and threads join us together. Me, your mother, and both of you. And wherever you see a flower, a bird, a beautiful tree, know that my love is with you as you bring our colorful stories to the world.
Make the forest part of your story at a park near you. Find one at discovertheforest.org.
The verdict is in, and the decision is final here tonight in Natomas at Inderkum High School on homecoming night, as the host Tigers bounce back from a home loss a week ago to even their league record at 1-1 with an impressive 21-7 victory over the visiting Woodcreek Timberwolves. It was a game that was certainly controlled by outstanding run game that the Tigers usually feature, and did so again, Coach.
Well, they did, and particularly Jordan had a big day. And, of course, Simmons showed you a little something down in the clutch, and then they would come in with fresh legs Taylor, what I call fresh legs number 4 Taylor, who plays pretty good defense, and he brings a burst of speed. Quarterback Cole, as you mentioned, had an outstanding game. That showed me a lot of poise. Their run game was so strong they didn't really have to go to the air.
But when they did,
they did well.
Cole was up to the task. He put some passes right on the money, and on 2 occasions was able to scramble and evade a heavy rush and make something out of it. Especially impressive was the shuffle pass that got the big first down in the scoring drive.
I thought that play and the play where Dexter Simmons broke a ton of tackles was key. He led them to that, third score. And tonight they scored one in the first quarter, one in the second quarter. Both teams went 0-0 in that third quarter, and then both teams scored 7 points in the fourth quarter. So that was an insurance run with the score at 14-7. Certainly that put the ball game away. But Cole was very impressive. I was also impressed far more than I expected by the defense. That front two of Wheeler, Simmons and Miles, are very impressive up front.
They are indeed. And also impressive in tonight's game are the players that we have selected as our players of the game. And there you see on our graphic, Dylan Peralt, tough, hard-nosed running back, two-way player, is the selection for Woodcreek, and the irrepressible Giovanni Jorlin, who ran wild tonight, maybe for 200 for the Inderkum Tigers, and he is a force to be reckoned with against any opponent.
Very definitely. He's one of the outstanding backs in the area. He came in tonight with 540, and like you said, unofficially, he had to be somewhere between 150 and 200 yards of yardage, so he could be going into his next contest with probably 700-plus yards. And he had a 7.1 average per carry going into tonight. So I know he had a better that.
Yeah, that went up a couple notches, and he'll be at 1,000 fast. He's a very impressive runner. His speed is there, his change of direction is there, and his yards after contact and elusive escape ability are tremendous.
Yes, very much. And I would say that Coach Harris's ball club, as you look down on the field and the players are very happy with a good team victory, having played the schedule that they did play coming in here, and particularly going against Del Oro and going against Grant. They had a tough non-league schedule coming in here, and they are beginning to look like they are not pretenders, but they are contenders. And I'd still say this league is still up for grabs with maybe 3 or 4 teams that are going to lock horns.
Oh, I fully agree. Don't play anybody short in this conference, and watch your back if you go on the road. Like you say, there's a number of teams that can knock your block all the way off unless you keep your left up. And we'll see how these teams do down the stretch against each other as the league season continues to progress.
Well, I know Inderkum here will certainly move up in my ratings, and unofficially I don't know where they'll go, but they will go up very definitely with an impressive performance here tonight.
Oh, very impressive, and what a night to do it, to inspire your home crowd, your audience, your support system, and a wonderful night to celebrate a victory. Homecoming, I guess, maybe doesn't have the same impact it used to, but it still holds a special place. And for Inderkum High and the Tigers, it was a great night to have their homecoming. Now, we should mention one more time. Oh, there it is.
There it is.
The Sierra Foot League Potential Brawl. A Pier 7 type brawl. All out as number 1 Folsom is going to try to hold on to that distinction when they travel to El Dorado Hills to face Casey Taylor's rejuvenated Oak Ridge Trojans. That will be a doozy.
That is, for those who don't get up there to make that game live, watch it on Access Sacramento. You're going to see a great football game and a packed house up in El Dorado Hills when the Oak Ridge Trojans meet the Bulldogs. You know, Casey Taylor's ball club early this year was, in their first 3 ball games, they didn't give up a point. They finally gave up some points in the 4th game, and certainly will present Folsom with all they want.
Well, that was a reminder for you for next week, but this week, a 21-7, impressive 21-7 victory for host Inderkum on homecoming as they take out the visiting Woodcreek Timberwolves handily and push on toward the middle of the season. So that's the way it plays out tonight in the Thomas here at Inderkum on Access Sacramento's Hometown Sports Game of the Week. For the Imperator, Hall of Famer Jim Domino, I'm Will James. Special tip of the cap to our game director, Gary Martin, and the entire Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast crew, the best in town. We thank you for tuning in and look forward to the next occasion when we can cross your path. I'm Will James. Thanks for tuning in. So long, everyone.
This has been a Hometown Sports Game of the Week broadcast from Access Sacramento, your local nonprofit community media center serving Sacramento County. Major underwriting support this season for Hometown Sports Game of the Week is provided by the Sacramento Metropolitan Television Commission.